Mateo, how's it going, man?
Great, man. How are you doing, Daniel?
I am well. Thanks for hopping on and doing this. Hey, why don't we start with
You're
just,
welcome.
who you are, where you're from, and what you do?
So, I am a pop producer from the tiny island of Malta, which is like for most people that don't know where that is, it's like a tiny island under Italy. But I'm based in London in the UK.
Awesome, man. Good deal. Well, hey, we've known each other for a while and we've been working together for the past number of months here. What were things like in your production business before joining up a dark label? Like what was going on? Why did you want help with things? Just kind of paint that picture for us.
So, I had been working as a producer for like I would say 4 to 5 years, and when the pandemic first hit, that was the moment where I had to go completely freelance. Before then, I used to rely on some other studios that I used to work with, but of course, when the pandemic hit, that wasn't going to happen, for a while. So I was forced to start my own business there, and I think I had done some really good work with that. I had managed to like build a full-time income, but I had realized that a year or two in, I had developed some really bad practices. I think I was, looking back now, I was definitely undercharging. I was working with clients that I didn't particularly enjoy working with all the time. I had, I wasn't doing the quality of work that I wanted to be doing because I was so swamped. And the quality of client wasn't always the best. So yeah, at that point it was quite obvious that I needed to find a way to change things around so that I could continue growing. And so that's why I got in touch with you, Daniel, and Dark Label, because I needed to change some fundamental things to be able to grow. And yeah, Dark Label has provided me with that.
Yeah, it's easy for a lot of producers to find themselves in a place where they're full time technically, right? But
Mhm.
that's just the first milestone. Now it's like, okay, well, I'm full time, but how am I spending my time, and who am I spending my time with, and all of that. So
Yeah. And then
that
like as you know, like before we started working together, I wasn't just full time. I was doing a full time job,
over,
part
yeah,
time job, overtime, just to be
overtime,
able to make things work, just to be able to pay the bills, really. So it wasn't really a healthy place to be in.
right? Yeah, totally get you. Well, so we worked together for 6 months or so. What are things like now in your world as a producer? What's going on?
So things have completely like done a 360, I would say. I like one of the biggest things that's happening to me right now is that I am working with a publishing company, writing songs for major labels, and that was an opportunity that came to me a few weeks ago. I would say maybe a couple of months ago now, and the only reason why I can't do that is because I have raised my prices to a point where I do not need to take as much work to be able to make a decent living. So having that, having the base of clients that are paying me a much better rate, that are paying me for my worth, is allowing me to have that spare time to actually do the things that I want to do and to actually push my career forward. So yeah, it's been a complete change from that person who was working ridiculous hours to just to get things to work.
Right. Yeah, we call that kind of the fast lane and slow lane concept, right? Fast lane projects. That's the stuff that kind of, pays your bills, keeps the business going. The slow lane stuff is, are projects that may not, projects or opportunities that may not pay you quickly or much up front or whatever, but they can grow your reputation. And we have to make sure that our fast lane projects are priced in a way to where we have an excess of time
Mhm.
to even go focus on those things. So now being groomed by a publishing company, and I know you have a couple of songs on hold, which is incredible. It's a great, it's the first step to getting songs cut. So that's amazing.
Exactly.
I'm pumped for you with that. So yeah, cool. Well, hey, there's a lot of options out there as far as getting help with your production business, different courses and various things. Why Dark Label? Why did you decide to
Okay.
come here with us?
So as you know, like I had taken help from other places before, and they've always like it's always been helpful. So this is
Sure.
not like a, I don't think there's there's anything bad in that.
Of
So I'm
course.
the type of person that like tries to get as much help from different places as possible. Um, but one of the main reasons why I chose to work with you, Daniel, was that first of all, like before we even started working together, you had taken so much like interest in what I was doing. You had given me so much time and so much value already that it seemed like a no-brainer to keep working with you because you had already demonstrated your value, like without me even having committed to do any work with you. And then obviously after that, it was like, yeah, it kept giving and giving. Um, that was reason number one. The second reason was because of the list of people that you had already worked with. That I admire hugely. I could see that other people had succeeded working with you, and there's a proven track record of success. That was again no brainer for me. Yeah, and I asked a lot of these people about you. Like you had even like pointed me towards them so that I can have a chat about this, about Dark Label and your process, and everyone was full of praise. And the third reason was that there aren't many. I would say there aren't many people who are as specialized as you are in what you're doing. I think there's a lot of like coaches who help musicians in general, people who help like I don't know, business people in general, but what you're doing is so specific to the needs that I had at that time and to the needs that a lot of producers have, that it just seems, it was made a lot more sense to pick someone who is very specific in what I'm doing.
Cool. Well, hey, yeah, I appreciate all that. Well, let's wrap up with any advice that you may want to give to a producer who was in your shoes before you started. What would you tell them to do?
I would say don't be scared to put your rates up. Like that is something that has completely shifted my business. It allowed me to invest in working with you. Like it's taken away so much fear from what I used to do. Like I was in such a fear mentality before, like a scarcity mentality. It just felt like I needed to take every opportunity. Like putting my rates up would make me lose my clients, but like working with you has shown me that I like being scared and having that sort of like constant fear is actually holds you back rather than protects what you have. So yeah, I would say stop being scared. If you have money, you don't need to hoard it. You can invest it into something like working with you, Daniel, or like investing in yourself in other ways, and just take the plunge and keep growing.
Yep. Sounds accurate to me, man. Cool. Yeah.
Great.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for doing this. I know you're a
You're
busy
very welcome,
guy.
Daniel.
I will let you get back to work.
Thank you very much. Thank you for everything, man.
Absolutely. Have a good one.
Take care.